That's quite pretty lights.
Quite pretty lights.
That's very pretty lights. And pretty skirt.
Hey guys, we are in Italy and we are in this tiny little Airbnb that I booked, and we have the incredible Tess with us. She's a model that Peter met I don't know how many years. It was a very long time ago. Anyway, Peter only gets to shoot with her once a year whenever we're here, and we haven't seen her for 3 years. So while we're in an Airbnb, we thought let's do a shoot in the boob shirt because Tess also hasn't been in the series. So we're going to show you how Peter finds light in I cannot explain how small this thing is. It's really weird. There's only one room. It's got open airs. It's pretty tiny. So yeah, we're just going to run you through how Peter works when we're traveling and show you how quickly we can nail a shot when we have amazing supermodels.
So I'm so happy to be traveling again. This is like half of my life was traveling, and finally we're back doing it again. So I'm with the amazing Tess. I haven't seen Tess for 3 years, and even though we only shoot once a year, well, 3 times in a very short time a year, I really miss working with her because she's just a model I connected with from day one, and she's never done the boob shirt, so we're going to do the boob shirt. But a lot of people say it's all right for you to have a big studio on that. We're in an Airbnb, and I'm not going to use any light except natural light. We're 7 o'clock at night? Mm-hmm. So we don't have any direct sun. I'm only going to be using bounce light, and I'm just going to work around in this room to find some light, and then we're going to shoot the shoot. So I'm going to start with completely without a camera and just use my eyes, except I have my editing glasses on, not my seeing glasses. But I'm just going to move Tess around a little bit, and I'm looking at her. I'm just watching what's happened. So when I come, there's not too bad, but when she was back 2 steps, you'll see we have bags under the eyes. And Beck zooms in to show the whole world how bad. So with this, I'm trying to find light to fix any things like bags or frowny bits. So I'm feeling that we just got a bit of light coming in through the door, but I'm feeling that light's a little bit too strong, and if I pull that door closed a little bit, it'll fix some of the bagging. But I'm still going to bring her through. Once she gets to about there, perfect. The light here, this curtain here, is this beautiful soft light which is filling in on Tess. So now if I can also pull this curtain back and just see. You can see that very slight, but that just softens her face off even more. So I've decided, just right this second, that I'm going to
rearrange the Airbnb.
Sorry, if you own this Airbnb, sorry. I'm going to just open that window to hold that curtain open. That's also going to give me some bounce. So the light at the moment is very high. We're going to get bounce off this window in onto Tess. So this is going to actually increase the light where I want the light. It's really pretty. Can you come across a little bit? Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. So now I've got her round about the position I want her in. I'm shooting with the X1D Mark II, I think, whatever, tethered to the computer. My favorite setup with this this camera is I love the 100mm f2.8 with a booster, and this booster makes it an 80mm lens, not 100, and it makes it an f1.8. I think I'm going to shoot this around about f2. I want a shallow depth of field. I'm just looking through my viewfinder now. 125th, 800 ISO. I love shooting my Hasselblad at 800 ISO, so this is perfect at f2.2. I'm liking f1.8. It's going to be very shallow, but let's see what I get. So if Beck stays behind me for a second. Right, so I've got focus peaking turned on, and at 1.8 you'll see I can now use my focus peaking and see I got it into her eyes. So I just want to get into the eyes, and that's one of the joys of mirrorless. It gives us that ability to work with the peaking. So I'm just going to see what I get. Cool, that's beautiful. They're stunning. And right now I'm only looking for my exposure. We've lost a little bit of light in the last half an hour, so I'm most likely going to have to push this to 1600 or slow down the shutter. Right, so I'm really comfortable shooting on a tripod down at even at 80th. So instead of going up in ISO to start with, I'm just going to drop down from 125th to an 80th. That's looking much nicer. I don't want Tess's jeans in the shot, so I'm going to get closer. Or walk to me a little bit. Oh, there. Yes, that's better. So by getting Tess to come closer, we've got more side lights come in on her. Cool, that's really pretty. This picture here is just for the exposure. I just want to check what I'm getting. Like overexposure alert is turned on. My histogram's sitting really nice. I'm sitting a full range in there, and yeah, I'm nearly overexposed as soon as I crashed the car. Focus unexpectedly quit. Okay. Okay, so now I've got this picture. I'm just going to turn on overexposure warning. It's just going off right there. And my histogram's looking great, so it looks like I've got good detail and shadows right through into the highlights. If anything, I might be a fraction close, but at the end of the day, today's not going to get lighter. We're 7 o'clock at night, it's only going to get darker, so I might just leave that as is. But I am going to quickly make it my picture so I can really feel what the picture's going to look like. So very quickly, black and white. I like the green channel a lot. I'm going to just put a small curve in the highlights. Cool. Punch a little bit, tiny bit of clarity and a fair bit, like around about 40 of shadow fill. I want detail in the black, so I really want that. In fact, I don't even need clarity on this. I can mostly get away with, yeah, contrast. A bit of contrast and shadow fill. That's all I want. I like the broken wall, so I'm liking that. The only thing is I want a bit more depth in the picture. So even though the lights are off in there, I just want to see what happens if I open up this door into the bathroom, but it's not going to look like a bathroom at f1.8, I don't think, or f2, whatever. I'm like, if you walked?
Yeah.
You sure?
Didn't. Yeah.
You didn't. So she just said she didn't walk. So this is what models do. So she said she didn't move, and the tripod is here. It didn't move. Watch this. So in the shot, we can see her jeans. So she obviously has walked backwards. You broke it. Thank you. I haven't put a tape dot on the floor, but as soon as I looked in the viewfinder, I knew you're not in the same spot. So the light looked different on your face. Cool. So I'm going to come back in now. That's really pretty. I'm just going to double check I'm happy with everything. Looks nice on the screen. I love filmic feeling shots. To me, we're a little bit dark. But I think I'd much rather just bring my exposure up electronically, bring a little bit of noise in there, and I might even add some noise in the retouch of it to make it a little bit more filmic. So I'm going to leave the exposure where it is.
This place is so small. It's really hard to film.
So if you've got any bad comments about Beck's filming, go for it.
I think they can see how tiny
How
it is.
tiny the place is. Beck picked this AirBnb, not me.
They used a wide angle lens, okay?
All right, I'm just going to now work with Tess, and Tess, do you notice something different I'm doing?
Hmm?
Can you see anything different I'm doing?
Doing it.
No? Yeah, but anything else?
You're not talking much.
All right, besides not talking much and doing this, do you notice anything different?
No.
This eye? Do I ever have that eye open? You don't notice? Anyway.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't. But what I'm doing with this camera, because it has a blackout time, when I look through the viewfinder, I'm seeing my focus peaking. Because this focal length and the viewfinder is nearly perfect, I've got like stereo vision. One with focus peaking, one with you, and it's like you're in the same place. Mm-hmm. So I can see you the whole time, but I'm also seeing the focus peaking. Cool. That's really cool. Stunning, stunning, Tess. Keep going. Nice. That's really pretty. I like that lots. Cool, cool. They're beautiful, beautiful, beautiful eyes. Just work those eyes in. Stunning, stunning. I'm liking that. Really nice. That's really nice. So Tess is good because I can, if I don't shoot, she doesn't stop. Some models, if I don't shoot, they go, oh, what's wrong? Tess knows I'm either doing camera stuff or I can't get my focus or I don't like what she's doing. So she just keeps moving. You'll notice she moves like a video. So she allows me to grab the picture when I want to grab it. She doesn't know what she looks like. She's not going to stop and go, I don't know what it looks like, but I'm going to just stop and wait for you to take a picture. And this is one of the reasons I love working with Tess. You don't have much room, do you?
I've got no room at all.
I can move across a bit.
That's okay. I'm just swinging a lot, so I'm sorry if people are getting dizzy.
Dizzy? I can come across a little bit more. Is that better?
Not really.
Not really, okay. What, you broke it?
No, that moved.
That.
The window.
Oh, it did. Well, that's even better light now. So I'm going to put my elbow on the window to hold it where I want it. Cool. Oops, didn't focus. That's pretty. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. Nice. So what are you looking at, Tess? Who are you looking at? Cool, that's better. When I'm saying that, I'm just trying to spark her eyes to make sure she's not going, what am I going to have for tea tonight? What am I going to have for breakfast?
I'm wondering what we're going to do for tea tonight.
Italy, pizza. Cool. Just come in a little bit closer to the wall. Just come up a touch. Yeah, oh, there, beautiful. That's really pretty. I love that. That's cool. That's nice, Tess. That's really pretty. It's hard when I work with Tess because I don't really have to say anything. She just does it. And I feel like if I say something, I'm going to stop her from doing what I want her to do. So with everyone I work with, Tess would be the least person I need to talk to, right?
Yeah.
Cool, that's beautiful. Cool. And just for the people who don't manual focus, you'll notice my hand always moves in between shots. So what I'm doing, I defocus and I try and pull it back and see when it pulls into focus. And that's the way I work because there's 3 different yellows I get. The whites of her eyes and it moves to the edge of the brown of her eyes and it moves to the catch light. So what I'm doing in the viewfinder, I see nothing in focus. That's the whites, that's the edge, that's the catch light. So I'm just trying to dial in my focus every shot. I know it's really hard if you haven't focused, and especially if you're using old DSLRs like any of the old Nikons and Canons. Not that I've got anything against Nikon and Canon, but I used to have the 1DX, I think it was called, whatever it was, Canon. I love the camera, but as soon as I got manual focus lenses, I couldn't focus. The viewfinder is so tiny, the manual focus in low light was terrible. So my main reason for shifting to mirrorless is it gives me focus peaking, which means I can focus medium format at 1.8, which would be equivalent to like 1.2, nearly f1 on a normal DSLR camera. So I can now have the ability to very quickly, cool, that's really pretty, cool, get my focus, stunning, stunning, stunning. And once you learn to manual focus, it gives you this ability to defocus and soften skin off. Because at the end of the day, you don't want super sharp skin, do you?
No.
Never. Right, so models do not want you to sharpen, and they don't want the sharpest lens you own. They want soft. And when digital first came out, most photographers went into Photoshop and blurred the skin and then sharpened the eyes. Well, I do this with the camera. I don't sharpen eyes because I don't need to, but I will soften this. That's really pretty. I think Tess is nailing it. I think Tess is hungry and wants me to finish. Cool, that's beautiful. Eyes, that's it, cool, cool. That's beautiful. I think we got it. You happy?
Yeah.
Cool.
So we hope you enjoyed that. I will throw a link to Tess's Instagram below so you can check out more of her amazing work. And I will throw up other links to more natural light videos now.